Hello again, and welcome to my top 10 tips for PlayerUnknown'S Battlegrounds. If you're unfamiliar with Battlegrounds, it's basically a free-for-all or team-based deathmatch shooter that takes place on a gigantic map where you have to find your guns, armor, cars, bullets, and stuff while being forced to a central point by some magical force field that damages you if you touch it. Now that that's out of the way, let's jump into it. Tip 1. Don't dive bomb out of the plane. When you jump from the plane, drift away. Don't go straight down towards the city because that's where most people go. Drifting out further to a small grouping of buildings and then moving even further away from everyone else will almost guarantee that you make it to the last half of the match. Tip 2. Holding control and hitting the number buttons 1 through 4 will switch your seat to whatever you choose, even while driving. So if you're in a Jason Bourne style car chase, then hop in the passenger seat and start shooting. You can see here that I was going to do that to this guy or attempt it, but he hopped out, so I just ran him over. Tip 3. Avoid confrontation in the top 8. The last thing you want to do is to give away your position. Remaining hidden is vital no matter how good you are. Sure, you can shoot at someone and maybe kill them, but know that literally everyone that knows how to play this game just took a mental note of your location and will use it against you in the future. Tip 4. Have love for the bush. It is extremely hard to spot someone in a bush, so hide in them. A good time to hide in a bush is when you're in the white circle already and the blue circle is coming towards you. The people being pushed in from the blue circle will waltz right by you, giving you a good chance to take them out. There are a lot of little bushes out there, but those won't hide you well. You want to go for one of those big, giant, magnificent bushes. Tip 5. 7.62 is good for long range. 5.56 is good for medium range. Shotgun is good for close range. Melee is useless. The title about covers it. Put your 4x or 8x scopes on anything that shoots 7.62. Use it in single fire and wait for the perfect shot to make full use of it. If you're running into a group of houses, then have your shotgun out. If you're not in a group of houses, then have 5.56 or 7.62 out. If you're rushing somebody, have your shotgun out. If a car's coming around the corner, have your 5.56 or 7.62 or shotgun out. Don't use melee. Melee is trash. Use melee if you're hiding in a bush and you want to have some fun and get some good recordings. I can't do that, so don't. I'm just dragging this out because I want you to watch this awesome kill I got. Okay, goodbye. Tip 6. Shoot when you have a good shot, not just when you see the enemy. This is probably the biggest mistake I see. Someone will see somebody and have to jump on them, and then they just start shooting only to have the guy turn around and kill them. Wait until they stop for something, then you can take them out. This goes when you're at tree battle stage, towards the end, or when you're at the beginning in the looting phase, and people are in the little village that you're at. Don't just run in there, guns blazing like Rambo, because you're not Rambo. Hang out, wait for them to move, and then shoot them. Tip 7. Q and E lets you peek left or right. This is very important for when you're shooting from behind a wall or a tree. I recommend this in third person and not first person, as it could be a bit disorienting with a scope. Using Q and E will prevent you from being fully exposed when trying to peek from behind cover. Tip 8. Close doors behind you. People usually drive a circle around a place or look to see if doors are open before attempting to loot them. If you left the doors open, then they will leave, or they'll know you're there, but if you close the doors, then they will come wander in without knowing you were there. Set up an ambush, sit inside a house, and aim at the door for a free kill and free loot. Tip 9. Never pass on energy drinks and painkillers. These give you health over time. With bandages and first aid kits, you can heal up to 75%. The only way to heal past 75% is to use energy drinks or pills, or a medkit if you can find one. Save your pills for the top 4 if you can, but if you need to heal up, then use them. Just remember to pick them up when you're looting. Tip 10, do not mess with the red zone. This should be a no-brainer, but anyone that played any of the alpha version can say that the red zones were a joke. You could just walk through them and never die unless you were extremely unlucky. Well, that has changed. The red zone is extremely deadly, and the only way to be protected from a blast is to be indoors. So if you see a red circle on your minimap, go indoors, you'll be okay. The windows might blow out, but you won't take any damage. You go outside, you're dead. Well, that's all there is for my top 10 tips for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I'm going to be looking for some more tips in the future to hopefully make a second version. I'm not sure what I'm going to call that, top 10 tips plus 10 or new top 10 tips. I'm not sure. But if you have any tips for this game, leave them in the comments below and I will steal them and put them in my next video. Anyways, take care, thanks for watching, and goodbye.